Okay, and right here you can see we have another wild watermelon coming up. Right here is broccoli. Now, it still has heads on it, but they're really starting to die out right now. There's still a couple of them edible, but this is cold weather crop, so we will replant these in the fall, and it'll produce twice as much broccoli on it. And we do these in furrows that water 2 furrows at a time. We have an 8-inch tiller to go through to help keep the weeds down. Then we have our 30-inch tiller, which on our open areas we can fight the weeds. Of course, we break up our garden with the tractor at the first of the year. Okay, these are onions, and we grow nothing but white onions, and we'll put out 200 to 220 plants a year. And these are the one thing that we can only plant in the spring crop that will not regrow in the fall crop. But with that many onions, let me pull one up here. This is a little one here. They're normally, twice that size, but great tasting onions. We only, like I say, plant the white onions. And then as you can see, like this one's starting to seed for us. And that's where we can save these seeds if we want. Normally we'll just go ahead and put out the plants. And then let's move on over to our cabbage, and let's show them one of our sunflowers here. We have about 6 of them. Our carrots are already gone, but we will replant again in the fall and get twice the style down here. This is our cabbage. Now these heads are, they're going to get a little bit larger, but they're not going to be huge. And when we do replant in the fall, we'll use a different breed of cabbage, which puts on a much larger head, but they endure the cold so much better. Right here is one of our sunflower seeds, or sunflowers. They'll get up 6 to 8 foot tall and put on a 10 to 12-inch diameter head. And just all kind of seeds, just from 1 or 2 of them. And as we move over here, our okra is just now starting to come out of it because it was planted so late. You see this corn right here, and it's only about 3 foot high, but that's popcorn. And we grow it, it's great. You can just store it in a sealed jar, and we've had some of it 6-7 years that'll still pop. All right, now this is our regular corn. It's already tasseled out, and it's starting to put on the silt here. Now what we'll do is we'll come out and put mineral oil on these to keep the worms from getting in it on the silt. We want it to turn a little bit more now. We should get between 80 and 100 ears of corn in the 3 rows we have here. And before this wind gets us, let's move on around and we'll look at the last 3 plants.
Okay.
Okay, and before we go to the plants, I did want to show you, we take our green beans, and it's called companion gardening, and we grow them in with the corn. It gives the beans something to move up on. It gives them the shade in the summer, and I've got a bird dog and a cocker spaniel in the show. But it really helps protect your beans and does a lot for your corn also. Okay, what we have here, this is the first year we've grown this. It's a pink banana squash, and we're having a little trouble with them. We don't know how, we're very unfamiliar with the growth of them. But this squash is supposed to get up to 20 to 30 pounds. They're supposed to taste like a butternut. And we're waiting to see, because with butternut we make pumpkin pies and all that. If you're going to plant this, you need a big garden area, because the diameter of them will go 20 to 25 feet. So this isn't something you'd want in your backyard. Over here we have our butternut squash. Now these are going great. We will replant again in the fall. But with your butternut squash, once they're ripe, you can take these and dip them in bleach water, put them on a shelf, and they'll last you until the next growing season. This we just grew for the fun of it. That's catnip. We had a stray cat or two coming around. They're pretty funny to watch. Our last one here, we have 2 hills. These are all irrigated too with PVC. These are Columbus pumpkins. They're heirloom and date back to the days of Columbus. And beautiful pumpkins when they're done. We have a bunch of them canned and really make great pies. So, folks, that's about it on the garden, and I hope we beat the wind a little bit on this. But from PrairieFoxSurvival.com, we want to thank you for coming and look forward to seeing you the next time.